Shocking. Amelia Warner has been rushed to hospital in a critical condition, doctors fighting to save her life. It was a quiet Sunday morning in London, until the news broke that turned the entertainment world upside down. Amelia Warner, actress, composer, and beloved wife of actor Jamie Dornan, had been rushed to the hospital in critical condition. No one saw it coming. No one was ready. What began as a normal day quickly spiraled into chaos, tears, and panic, sending shockwaves through Hollywood and leaving millions of fans praying for her recovery. The emergency call. It was around 6:30 a.m. when neighbors near the Dornan residence in the Richmond district of London heard sirens approaching. An ambulance pulled up fast, said one local witness. You could see Jamie run out barefoot, still in his pajamas. He looked terrified. Within minutes, paramedics entered the home, and moments later, Amelia was seen being carried out on a stretcher. Her face was pale, her body motionless. Jamie followed close behind, holding her hand, whispering something no one could hear. According to early reports from the Daily Mail, Amelia had suddenly collapsed at home after complaining of severe chest pain and shortness of breath. She told Jamie she wasn't feeling well the night before, said a close friend. They thought it was just exhaustion from her recent work. No one imagined it was something this serious. The race to the hospital. The ambulance raced through the streets of London to St George's Hospital, one of the top emergency facilities in the UK. Jamie reportedly stayed by her side the entire time, his hands trembling as he made frantic phone calls. When they arrived, Amelia was unresponsive, an insider revealed. The doctors immediately took her into the intensive care unit. Jamie broke down crying in the hallway. Inside the hospital, a team of specialists worked for hours to stabilize her condition. The atmosphere was tense. Every minute felt like a lifetime. Jamie's desperate vigil. By midday, paparazzi had gathered outside the hospital. Jamie was seen pacing near the emergency wing, his face pale, his eyes swollen with tears. He refused to leave. He looked completely shattered, one witness said. He wasn't the movie star everyone knows, he was just a husband terrified of losing the love of his life. Sources close to the couple say that Jamie has been emotionally destroyed by the sudden health scare. He reportedly called Amelia's parents, who immediately flew in from Liverpool, and asked for privacy from the media. He hasn't eaten, hasn't slept, said one family friend. He just keeps asking the doctors if she'll wake up. What happened to Amelia? Though official statements have been limited, sources suggest that Amelia may have suffered from acute myocarditis, a severe inflammation of the heart muscle often triggered by infection or stress. She had been under intense pressure, said a music industry insider. Her recent soundtrack project was delayed, and she was juggling work with family. Sometimes she wouldn't rest for days. Doctors are reportedly keeping her in critical care, with 24-hour monitoring. She is sedated, and only immediate family members are allowed in her room. She's strong, said one of her doctors. We're doing everything we can. Hollywood reacts. The news spread quickly across social media. Within hours, hashtags like #Pray for Amelia Warner and #StayStrongJamie began trending worldwide. Dakota Johnson, Jamie's 50 Shades co-star, posted a simple message on Instagram. Sending love and strength to Amelia and her family. She's an incredible woman. Please keep her in your prayers. Other stars, including Sam Heughan, Eddie Redmayne, and Andrew Garfield, expressed their support for Jamie, sharing heartfelt messages of hope and solidarity. Hold on, brother. You've got the world praying with you, Sam wrote on X, formerly Twitter. Life can change in a heartbeat. Sending love to Amelia, added Redmayne. Even Universal Pictures, which had worked with both Jamie and Amelia, released a short statement. Our hearts are with the Dornan family during this difficult time. We are all hoping for Amelia's full recovery. Inside the hospital room. By evening, Jamie was finally allowed to visit Amelia in the ICU. He sat quietly beside her bed, holding her hand as the machines beeped softly. She looked so fragile, said a nurse who was present. Jamie kept whispering, "Please don't leave me, Millie. The girls need you. I need you." He stayed there all night. Their 3 daughters, Dulcie, Elva, and Alberta, are currently being cared for by relatives. Jamie has chosen not to tell them the full truth yet, only that Mummy is resting and the doctors are helping her get better. The love story tested by fate. Jamie Dornan and Amelia Warner have been married for over a decade, a Hollywood rarity. They met in 2010, married in 2013, and built a quiet, private life together away from the spotlight. While tabloids often linked Jamie to his co-stars, he always credited Amelia as his anchor. "She keeps me grounded," he once told GQ. "She's my home." Their marriage, though tested by fame, distance, and rumors, has remained one of the strongest in the industry. And now, as Amelia lies in a hospital bed, that love faces its hardest test. Jamie's emotional statement. Late that night, Jamie finally broke his silence. Through his publicist, he released a brief but heartbreaking message. "My wife is the strongest person I know. She's fighting, and I'm holding on to hope. Please respect our privacy during this time. Your prayers mean more than you can imagine." Fans responded immediately, flooding his social media with messages of support and encouragement. "We love you, Jamie. Stay strong. Amelia will pull through, she always does. Our hearts are with you and your girls." Even the Belfast Telegraph, his hometown paper, printed a front-page headline. Northern Ireland prays for Amelia. The long-night doctors continued to monitor Amelia through the night. Around 3 a.m., there was a slight improvement in her vitals, enough to give the family a flicker of hope. Jamie reportedly broke down again, this time in relief. "She squeezed my hand," he whispered to a nurse. "She's still with me." Though still unconscious, Amelia's condition was said to be stabilizing. The medical team confirmed that her heart function was improving and that she was responding to treatment. "It's a good sign," said Dr. Matthews, the cardiologist leading her care. "But we're not out of danger yet. The next 48 hours are crucial." The flashbacks as he sat beside her, Jamie couldn't help but think back to the day they met, at a party neither of them wanted to attend. Amelia had laughed at his terrible joke, and that was it. "She was light," he once said. "Everything about her made sense." He remembered the way she smiled during their wedding, barefoot on the beach. The first time she held their daughters. The quiet mornings filled with piano music and laughter. Now, the thought of losing all of that, of losing her, was unbearable. "I've been in movies about pain," he told a close friend, "but nothing comes close to this." The morning after by sunrise, good news began to spread. A hospital representative confirmed to reporters that Amelia Warner's condition had stabilized, though she remained under close observation. "The medical team is optimistic," the statement read. "Amelia is responding to treatment and is being carefully monitored. We ask for continued privacy." Outside the hospital, fans began leaving flowers, candles, and handwritten notes that read, "Get well soon, Amelia," and "You're not alone." Jamie, exhausted but relieved, stepped outside briefly to thank them. His voice was quiet, emotional. "Thank you for being here. She'll be happy to know she's loved by so many." A community united in Belfast, where Jamie grew up, a local church held a vigil for Amelia's recovery. "She's part of our family now," said Father O'Connor. "We're praying for strength, for her, for Jamie, and for their children." Messages poured in from across the world. Fans in Brazil, Japan, Germany, and Vietnam all sent love and support. The story touched millions because it wasn't just about fame, it was about love, fear, and the fragility of life. The road to recovery. Over the following week, Amelia's condition slowly improved. Doctors were able to remove her from assisted ventilation, and she began to regain consciousness. When she finally opened her eyes, Jamie was there, tears streaming down his face. "Hey, you," she whispered weakly. "Hey," he said, kissing her hand. "You scared the life out of me." That quiet reunion, unseen by cameras, was the moment Jamie would later call the most important scene of my life. A second chance. After 10 days in intensive care, Amelia was transferred to a private recovery room. Jamie stayed with her every step of the way. They spoke little, but their silence was full of gratitude and love. "She told him she doesn't want him to take anything for granted anymore," said a family member. "He promised her he wouldn't." Doctors expect her to make a full recovery, though it will take time. "She's lucky to be alive," Dr. Matthews said, "and even luckier to have a husband who never left her side." A message to the world. 2 weeks after the incident, Jamie and Amelia released a joint statement. "We've been through something terrifying, but it reminded us what really matters. Family, love, health. We want to thank everyone for their messages, prayers, and kindness. We'll never forget it." It was signed simply, "With love, Jamie Amelia." Hollywood breathed a sigh of relief. The world celebrated. And for Jamie Dornan, who had faced one of the darkest days of his life, it was a reminder that even in chaos, love has the power to heal. The fragility of a heartbeat. Weeks later, Jamie was spotted pushing Amelia's wheelchair through a quiet park in London. They smiled at each other, no cameras, no interviews, no pretense. "She looks fragile, but she's glowing," a fan observed. He never let go of her hand. The ordeal had changed them. Fame, fortune, glamour, all of it faded against the raw truth of how close they came to losing each other. In an interview months later, Jamie said softly, "Sometimes you need to almost lose what you love to remember how lucky you are to have it." And when he looks at Amelia now, alive, recovering, still smiling despite everything, he knows that love, at its purest, isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about never letting go, even when the world falls apart.